What is up, you horror nerds? It is me once again, your host, Jeremiah Duncan. I have a review of a movie that I suggest that you watch because this one was good. I didn't expect much. It rocked me. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's not the most groundbreaking thing I've ever seen. However, in a full package, horror, thriller, it's wonderful. You have to check it out. I'm talking about the 2020 release of The Rental. I'm giving this thing a 7 out of 10. Now, I would watch this again. I enjoy it. The thing that kind of hooked me into it when I saw this, because at first when I saw this, I'm thinking, this looks like The Faculty or Varsity Blues or, with the people, like, the cover is horrendous. It's not a very good cover. But it says a film by Dave Franco, which, of course, is James Franco's brother. And it is his directing debut, which is super cool. And it said a lean and brutal psycho for the Airbnb era. So I'm like, okay, we'll see where this is going. So if you aren't familiar with it, let's get you connected. Two couples on an oceanside getaway find that their celebratory weekend trip has turned into something sinister as an imminent threat forces them to expose well-kept secrets, and they come to see each other in a whole new light. Alison Brie from Community and Glow, Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey, Beauty and the Beast, Jeremy Allen White from Shameless, and Sheila Vand, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, star in this unnerving and sophisticated debut thriller from Dave Franco from Neighbors, If Beale Street Could Talk, and The Disaster Artist, etc. Okay, this is an IFC Scream release, and they did it, okay? Again, it's probably more on the thriller side than horror side because there's not a lot of killings and murder and gore and stuff like that, but there are. And it's just it is very unnerving. Kind of given that Strangers vibe where you're like, I don't know who's watching me. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting ready to head into some spoilers, so check it out if you don't want spoilers. If you do, buckle up because here we go. So they go to this Airbnb. They've got the guy they're renting it from. He's a douchebag. You almost instantly think that this is going to be cookie cutter. This is going to be the same, like, predictable thriller horror movie that's out there. They find cameras and people are watching them. Well, of course, you got the two couples, and of course there was the guy and the girl from separate couples end up hooking up, and then they realize that they're being filmed, and so they're freaking out, but they don't want to call the cops because then that'll get out and then it'll break up their relationships and yada yada, because the two guys are actually brothers, which made it a weird thing. So they are more worried about saving face than figuring out why somebody is videotaping them, which is kind of wild to me. I mean, that you have that much pride and stuff, but people do it. I get it. They end up, finding out that it wasn't that guy, that it was somebody else. So he just keeps, pounding them with, like, chasing them, showing these videos up there and just making them go nuts. And it was intense. That last part was pretty intense. And I think the craziest part about it is after the killer kills everybody and he's got this really creepy mask on. It's almost like a Freddy look, it's like just weird looking, just kind of melted skin, bald that he's wearing. The thing that I thought was kind of cool about it is they never show his actual face. It's always the back of his head. He pulls the mask off, looks at his killings, like what he's done, and then he just puts the mask back on and goes on about his business. And then, super cool, in the credits, the man's checking out another Airbnb, and you see him setting up cameras, and the credits roll, and you see these videos of these people walking around that house. So to think that, man, that just gave me chills again. To think that could happen, and maybe does happen, because the Airbnb host is getting blamed for it, obviously for the murders and the stuff that's going on, or somebody came in, and I don't know. It was wild. Again, 7 out of 10. I highly suggest it. The Rental, rated R. Kudos to Dave Franco. I mean, he actually co-wrote it, though, with Joe, what's his name? Joe Swanberg, I believe. who acted in VHS and You're Next and things like that. So pretty cool. You know, I suggest it. Definitely worth the watch for sure. The Rental, 2020, rated R, 7 out of 10. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it as well. Do you think they're going to do a sequel? Because they definitely left that door open, which would be pretty cool and kind of interesting. So let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, share, hit that death bell to get the subscription notifications. Appreciate y'all so much. Stick around for more reviews. Much love.